Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Invasive Species, the series where we run Kanto, Mons, and Hoenn, Mons, and Kanto. Following the epic performance of Jeff the Breloom, we've got an awesome dual-type fighter here, Poliwrath, to try its luck and see if he can clear the region with too much water, faster than the grass fighting type who went through the region hates both those types. This water fighting type is going to be pretty interesting here in Hoenn. Unlike Breloom, Poliwrath is a stone evolution, so we hardly have to worry about level up moves this run. Though we'll start with some solid ones. Before we dive into specifics, however, here's a quick rundown of the rules, and you can find them outlined in great detail in the description below. And I gotta say, I'm really liking what I'm seeing with this classic Aquatic Fighter's base stat total. Poliwrath's stats are a bit better distributed than Breloom. While it's a fair bit weaker in the base attack department, it has the same speed and it is bulkier all around and has fresh attack, which is going to be fantastic. I mentioned that we don't have to worry about level up moves this run, so let's check out that list real quick. It's pretty cool that we can learn Submission later on if we really want to. Normally I'm not a fan of this move, but the fact that we start with it means that we have a rock-solid answer for Watson. Hypnosis is bad, but I kinda like having a sleep move. Double Slap is terrible, but at least we have some type coverage. Next up is our assortment of TMs, and it's a pretty solid list here. We have great coverage and strong moves like Ice Beam and Earthquake. Brick Break is locked behind the Dive HM, so we won't be getting that until we get the 7th badge and beat Maxie for the last time. But we're absolutely using it as soon as we get it. All in all, great list. Now, as per the rules that were on screen, we have access to a single egg move, and I gotta say, Poliwraths are okay, definitely better than Breloom's choices, but overall, it's alright. Bubble Beam is the one that stuck out to me here, 65 base power, so it's a bit stronger than Water Gun, and it can slow the opponent's speed by one stage. Mist would be useful for blocking Sand Attack, and while Ice Ball is cool, we can teach Ice Beam, so I figured that was irrelevant. And the fact that we don't learn any new moves until the 30s, and Mind Reader at 51, which we're not bothering with, is actually nice because it means less text boxes for us, saves us a bit of time. Now, unlike in Fire Red, where the first gym leader gives us the 2nd badge, Roxanne is usually pretty challenging, but she's not going to be this time around as we have a water move, as well as the same type fighting move. Our coverage for her is solid. Water and fighting combo really is the perfect answer for her gym. Our fighting type means that we will also resist her rock moves, so there's very little that she can do to us. Still, she always puts up a better fight than Brock, and that's true here as well. I gotta say, I always thought she should have an Aeron in place of Geodude to show off the new Rock Steel combo. It would change things up because, Game Freak just absolutely loved having Rock type as the first gym. Pre-Gen 5. Now, say what you want about Johto, but at least it was a bit more creative in that regard. But yeah, Roxanne, not much of a problem this run, and Brawly I don't think is going to be a problem either. He does give us bulk up, so it's awesome that we get access to that much earlier. Not sure if we're going to teach it as soon as we beat him. I don't think he's going to be that much of a problem in this run. Will we learn bulk up immediately? I don't know. Let's see! And in front of Brawly, we're clocking it at 45 minutes. Obviously, we're faster than Machop Bubble Beam, doing about a third there. In return, we take a non-critical Karate Chop for 11 damage. Double Slap brings him deep into yellow. We go for Bubble Beam, but not before getting hit by Leer. Out comes Makuhita, we go for Bubble Beam, and that was almost a one-shot crit there. Makuhita bulks up, then Brawly heals it. As we go for Bubble Beam, I'm thinking we should do Double Slap just to bring it within range. Worked great from a chop, but of course we get a 5-hitter when we don't want it. That means he's going to heal again after that weak arm thrust there, so I think we're just going to spam Bubble Beam. And this one really comes down to the wire here. Thankfully we had the Oran Berry, and thankfully Arm Thrust didn't hit as many times as it could have. All in all, that wasn't too shabby. As we make our way to the Cycling Road Rival, just a quick announcement here, I have since reworked the ranking system. We're not going to see that in this video, but in the next Fire Red run, Beautyfly, we're going to see that new ranking system in effect. Thanks for your time, back to the run here. Now, because our starter, Poliwrath, was a water type, she's going to lead off with Wailmer's Submission, doing great damage there. I say that because when she leads off with Shroomsh, it's really annoying with Stun Spore. Next up is Grovyle. Surprisingly, we're faster, and even better as we go for Submission. That's a one-shot, you'd love to see it. And I mean, Grovyle only has Absorb in this fight, so it wouldn't have been that bad, but damage we don't take is pretty sweet. We've beaten ourselves up enough with Submission as is. It's nice to have, but that recoil's gonna be a pain later on, I just know it. And speaking of pains, here's Watson. Hopefully having Submission will make the difference here. And we make use of the bulk up TM right away. We're holding a Sherry Berry, so we get one free turn of setup here. And the other thing to be concerned about is Submission's 80 accuracy. We don't miss here, and we one-shot the Magnemite. Surprisingly, Watson lets out his Ace Magneton early, and we don't miss Submission. We almost certainly needed that bulk up for the one-shot. Last up is Voltorb, whom we are surprisingly faster than, and of course we one-shot it with Submission. All in all, easy fight. I love when Watson's easy. I'm starting to think that water fighting is pretty strong here in Hoenn. Making our way up to Mount Chimney, we're going to battle Maxie for the first time. Leads off with Mightyena with Intimidate and Sand Attack. Very annoying, so we're going to set up a bulk up to undo Intimidate and give us +1 to defense. Oh, and he goes for Sand Attack right away. What a surprise. And despite the notorious Sand Attack, we do not miss with a move that's already not 100 accurate, and Mightyena is obviously a one-shot being a frail Dark type. Golbat is a concern with Wing Attack, but it misses Supersonic instead. Secret Power confuses because we're on a mountaintop. Whoop, mountaintop. Old internet, am I right? Now, at this point in the game, Golbat is pretty tanky. I always thought it was pretty interesting that in Emerald he has a Zubat instead of Golbat. Not sure why they nerfed that. Point being, he has 2 Super Potions, which he goes through here, and we have pretty darn good luck, all things considered. We take him out with Secret Power, and that leaves Cambrap to his double weak to Bubble Beam. We do miss our first Bubble Beam, not a big deal. Magnitude 6 barely hurts us, and we bring all of the pain to Cambrap. And next is Flannery, who's a Fire Trainer, who has 2 Slugma, so the only real Pokemon we have to be concerned about this time around is Torkoal. Now, as we take out the Slugma and the Torkoal does come out, I'm thinking about Bulk Up because in case this thing hits us with Body Slam and paralyzes us, things could go wrong. And rewatching this, I'm like, why don't I just spam Bubble Beam? Like, I know Torkoal has decent special defense, but its physical defense is way better, so I should have definitely been spamming Bubble Beam. Still kind of a flex to take it out with Stab Submission after 2 Bulk Ups, though. And for all I know, I could have been showing off and totally forgot about it. And I gotta say, Poliwrath here has been on an absolute streak here. Against Norman, typically pretty difficult in the Ruby Sapphire games, but as a part fighting type, I don't think we're gonna have that much trouble. But he does have 2 Slacking, better keep that in mind. And one of whom he leads off with. We have a Chesto Berry equipped just in case Slacking goes for Yawn. And thanks to +1 to defense, Slacking's Facade doesn't do all that much to us, and he has to spend a turn loafing around, so he should be Dunyan Rings. Oh man, look at that recoil from Submission. We'll slap on Submission against Vigoroth here, and then against the second Slacking, we're gonna play it safe and go with Secret Power. Well, that's what Present Me thought anyway. We do not miss with Submission, which would have been bad, and we bring ourselves to 8 health from all that recoil damage. Alright, now we're gonna switch to Secret Power. Well, as the man himself says, he can slap a tornado and dry up a sea. If you watched my Fire Red Breloom run, you now know the naming theme between Matt and Jeff. Now, against the Weather Institute rival, Pokemon Redefined, I actually have to bring up the fact that we missed Submission, and we got hit by Leaf Blade for a bit of damage. Not much of a problem though, because we took out the Grove out with a follow-up Submission, so yeah, easy fight, like always. Unless your name is Krabby, or Onyx. Well, next up's Winona leading off with Swellow. And this is pretty risky because as we set up Bulk Up, he's setting up Double Team. That's going to make him a lot harder for us to hit. Fortunately, Swellow keeps going for a Double Team, and we do eventually hit with Secret Power, taking him out in one shot. Next up is Skarmory, who takes neutral damage from fighting moves and Submission, just misses the mark, and we get hit by Sand Attack. Well, you know the cut of this jib by now. She heals, we Bulk Up, and we don't miss, thank goodness. Next up is Pelipper, who hits us with Supersonic, blocks our attacks with Protect, and hits us with Aerial Ace. We break through Confusion, only to miss, get hit by Aerial Ace again. And with Protect being chained, you can see why this guy is notorious amongst solo runners. This thing was annoying even in my Bruno's Team and Moves run. You see, it's such a pain that I talked over and we're at Altaria now where we're just beating the pants off of each other. I'm not sure why I'm going for a Submission here. Well, we win anyway, so I guess my bad plays were rewarded? Thanks, Pokemon. But hey, you know what? Our first try streak remains intact, and I fully expect that will get shattered on over at the 7th gym, which, funny enough, is exactly what happened with Breloom. And gotta say, 2 hours 30 minutes before the rival battle here at Lilycove, the optional one, well, I guess you could put optional in giant quotations, because if you don't fight her, she never leaves, which cuts you off from Lilycove Department, which is like the Celadon of Hoenn. Next up is Tate and Liza, the fight I've been dreading the entire game, although it's a lot easier in Ruby Sapphire. No joke here because we are fighting type. We got a Chesto Berry for sleep, and we do need Tailo here because we need a second Pokemon to make this battle even possible. After Bulk Up, Psychic, yeah, just over half. We gotta end this fight quick. Now that was from Solrock. And we're gonna unleash our hidden power. I chose Steel type. I figured it would be good for the fossils, and it's good for this fight too. And we're about to see the difference between Solrock and Lunatone. Solrock is a fair bit tankier, as it does survive by not too much, but unfortunately we have like no health left, so yeah, we go down. That's Poliwrath's first loss. However hard this is, I don't think we're going to need to level up or anything. What we need to have happen is we need to have Solrock use Sunny Day on turn 1 and Lunatone use Hypnosis. If it misses, that's great. If it hits us, we got the Sherry Berry. We need 2 bulk ups to win this fight. And as we go for bulk up, we sorta get that Taillow gets knocked out, but Lunatone misses with Hypnosis. And there we go, bulk up, Sunny Day, Hypnosis, miss. We should be good. We'll target Lunatone first, it'll do more damage to us. Solrock goes for Psychic, drops our special defense, but it doesn't matter. Alright, after here, we're gonna go ahead and grab Sootopolis so we can fly there later on, save some time. After that, we fly back to Moss Deep, and then we make our way down to Maxie, where we fight him for the second and final time here in this run. We're gonna slap on that Person Berry, just in case Mightyena wants to use Swagger on us so we can get the attack buff with none of the drawback. So we go for a bulk up to undo Intimidate, and there's Scary Face, which drops our speed by 2 stages. There's Swagger, there's our Person Berry, we got +2 to attack, so Mightyena, get out of here, son. And Crobat is going to be the one who gets drowned in Maxie's Super Potions. A little obsolete for this point in the game. That's good for us because down he goes. All we got left is Camera Up. We still have Bubble Beam, no problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're going to slap on Return and then go fight Wallace. We also have Brick Break, which, unfortunately and surprisingly, does not one-shot Love Disc, and we get confused off a Sweet Kiss. Wallace heals, we hit ourselves, but the second bulk up does go through. And with that power-up, Love Disc goes down easily. Next is Whiscash, who likes going for Amnesia, which, yeah, there you go, we got a free bulk up in. And I gotta say, even that critical hit wasn't that bad. Another bulk up, there's Earthquake dealing 11 damage, and we should be good to go now. Down goes Celio, no surprise there, down goes Seaking. You know, that critical hit just because he's a Kanto veteran like Poliwrath. There's only room for one Kantonian Mon here, and that's me. And there's the obligatory mention of Wally. Now, we like to pick on him here in this channel, but I did run through Pokemon Fire Red and the post-game with Wally's team and moves at the end of last year. Should definitely check that out. And I tell you what, that Swablu had Shonen Jump anime protagonist journey written all over it. After running some errands, we're at 4 hours even. You love to see it. Now, first up is Sydney, a Dark-type Elite Four trainer, which we're not too worried about because we are part Fighting type. Mightyena can be annoying with Intimidate and Sand Attack. And why would I say that, you ask? Well, there it is, right on cue. And we're gonna go for a second bulk up as Mightyena goes for a Feeble Takedown. With our attack buffed, Mightyena goes down no problem. Sydney descends to send out his Ace Absol pretty early, a costly mistake as it goes down in 1 hit. Next up on the good old shopping block is Shiftry, and although Shiftry's pretty good, not good enough to withstand 1 Brick Break. Thankfully we haven't missed yet. He sends out Cacturne next, who does have Needle Arm, but we're faster, so it is irrelevant. Last is Sharpedo, who has pretty bad defense, and the only damage we take from this battle is from Rough Skin from Sharpedo. Pretty simple fight. I kinda figured it would be. As for Phoebe, though, I don't think we have much of a good answer to this. I mean, we have Earthquake from the TM that we could teach right here if we wanted to. I mean, looking back, that's what I should have done. I'm not sure why I didn't do that for this fight. Well, let's go ahead and bulk up and see how far we get. Never mind. Wow, that's really bad. Our hidden power couldn't take it out from half health. Well, we'll go ahead and feed Poliwrath some candies. Nothing like giving him someone some sweets before a battle. That always turns out well. We'll go and top off at level 63. We're going to need all that extra firepower. Now, fortunately, on this round, Dusclops goes for Future Sight, not bad. Confuse Ray, the first time's not a big deal, but the second time, because Hidden Power still can't one-shot, unfortunately, again, should have equipped Earthquake for this fight. I mean, case in point here, it doesn't one-shot Sableye, so as it gets healed, we're going to have to use another bulk up. Thankfully, we snap out of Confusion and bring on the pain. And now, thanks to that bulk up, the 2 Bayonets aren't going to be much of a problem. We're gonna beef up against Dusclops here, take meager damage, and there we go. Yeah, definitely not my best play, but like, I've been so drunk on Poliwrath's power this entire run, it was a bit of a wake-up call, which is not necessary because next up is the Ice-type Elite Four member. We should be alright. As we set up, Glalie goes for a Hail. Perfect. Brick Break absolutely is gonna destroy this thing. Now, I'm thinking that we're going to be good all the way to Walrein. Celio is pretty weak at this point in the game, and we one-shot the first Glalie with Brick Break, so the second one is obviously going to go down. And not that much stronger. Alright, Poliwrath, let's see if you can make Saitama proud. And booyah, 1 punch at a time. I really do need to go watch some of the Rocky Balboa movies again. It's been way too long. Now, next up is Drake. We do have the Ice Beam TM. Our special attack isn't great, but it's not bad either, so this should help us out no problem here. We don't even need a full restore. That Super Potion we just used yet, that'll suffice. And I figure we can go ahead and get rid of Hidden Power and then teach Ice Beam. We're not going to need Ice Beam after this fight, so we can reteach Hidden Power, or we can teach Earthquake. I should probably double check my inventory and see if I bought another Hidden Power TM. But after this fight, let's go ahead and sweep Drake real quick. Man, I gotta say, when you have 4 of your 5 teammates who are double weak to Ice, yeah, it's one of those things that makes you look at the Emerald version of the Drake fight and be like, yeah, Kingdra is freaking awesome. I mean, I do like the members of his team here, but man, oof. Drake, you try to keep your team away from the snow. Can't wait for that Articuno run. That's gonna be a fun part of that video. And as we open that bag, good, I do have a Hidden Power team. That is excellent. We'll go and teach Earthquake first. And there's that White Herb I backtracked for and didn't end up needing. Slap on a Pechiberry for Toxic. Let's try this without Hidden Power Steel. 413 before Steven. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with Poliwrath this time. I thought it would slow down somewhere, but it hasn't yet. Well, here's the champion, so let's see if we're jinxing ourselves here. Now, we match up pretty good against Steven's team here, and he does lead off with Skarmory, which we don't have a super effective answer for, so we're gonna go for Bulk Up right away. And we do get hit by Toxic, but there's our Pechiberry kicking in. Round 2, Bulk Up Aerial Ace. Well, no Toxic there, so let's see how we do. Ag Run is obviously a one-shot. Next up is Cradilly, who is weak to Brick Break, and it goes down in one hit. Armaldo survives with a Sliver, so yeah, I probably should have picked Hidden Power Ghost for this run. After bulking up after that heal, he goes down. Out comes Metagross. We're going to switch to Earthquake and take it out, no problem. So all he's got left is Claydol. We're going to switch to Return, and we go for it, and believe it or not, it actually survives with a sliver of health. Again, sets up Light Screen. Perfect. As it heals, we can use Bulk Up. And since he went for Light Screen instead of Reflect, we don't have to worry about Brick Breaking it to shatter it. We can go for Return, and yeah, Claydol going down faux show now. I gotta say, Poliwrath surprised me. I thought, again, at some point it might slow down, but Water Fighting turns out is really, really strong here in Hoenn. And although it's Mono-type fighting, I really can't wait to get around to Hitmonlee's run. But that's gonna be a little ways away. Let's go ahead and clock in our boy Poliwrath's stats here. Wow, I actually said stats. Final time and final level. Final level is 66. That's pretty good. That is one higher, barely, than Breloom. But with that 4 hour and 18 minute finish, oh yeah, that was awesome. That was about a half hour quicker than Breloom completed Fire Red. Let's go and tally up Poliwrath's ranking, the last of this old ranking system, before the next run. Giving a fun little send-off to my amateur ranking system here, and I'm sure the second one is amateur as well, but I like to think better than this one anyway. Poliwrath, level 66, is going to be the B tier. 4 hours and 18 minutes is S tier, so mix them together, what do you get? A nice, solid A rank. Oh, wait, no, we're not running Beautyfly next, we're running Absol next. So yeah, I guess I spoiled that we're running Beautyfly as well, although maybe not so much of a spoiler. Anyway, hope you guys have fun. Absol's run is going to be awesome. A pure Dark-type in Kanto, it's gonna wreak some serious havoc. See you guys there. Take it easy. Later.